everyone, welcome back. In this video, we are going to try to use Fetch API. We are going to make a GET request, POST, PATCH, and DELETE request. And the REST API, what we are going to fetch is basically come from my previous video. If you don't yet watching that, feel free to click link in the description below. So we can access the REST API in localhost 5000/API/post, and basically this is the GET request, and we have two data in here, post 1 and post 2. That's why this is get post 1 and post 2. If I open my MongoDB and go to my collections, and in here I have two data, I can add another post in here. For example, just say post 3, and I want to paste the content and add post. Now we should see post 3 in here. Okay, if I go to the localhost and reload, should be post 3, or in here the real database, I can refresh and we should see now the post 3. Here we go. And of course we can make a delete request, so let's delete maybe post 3. I can click delete. Now that's gone. If I reload this thing right here, and of course post 3 now is gone. So let's try to make a patch request. So I want to edit the post 1. Now the title, it should be in here and the content in here. So let's change that to post 1 updated. So add post. Now post 1 updated. If I reload the database in here, now we should see post 1 updated. Okay, that's what we are going to building, guys. I hope you learned something new in this video. Okay, let's go to the terminal. We are going to create a folder in here. Just say learn fetch API, and let's cd into the folder, which is learn_fetch_API, and let's open that with VS Code. Alright, so let's close the welcome page, and I'm going to create index.html file. The first step what we are going to do is we need to styling the UI. So let's make explanation enter, and let's change the title into, just say learn fetch API. Okay, so let's just say h1 hello. Okay, so I'm using live server basically. So now we have hello. Pretty awesome. So let's back to right here. Let's make that smaller. Okay, basically I'm gonna use Bootstrap. So let's copy the link right here, and I'm gonna paste in here. So now if I save, the font, it should be changing. Here we go. Pretty cool. So let's remove the h1. We don't need that. So we need to wrap everything inside a container, and let's do row, and let's make a margin top to just say 3, and let's create a column that's medium. I'm gonna create 6 because in the final project you can see in here, this is the 6th column in medium. And just say #3. I'm gonna say add new post. Okay, and let's create the form right here. Let's remove the action, we don't need that. Basically we need to create a class in here. Just give a name, add post form, and in here we're gonna create a form group. Say group, and say label, and title, just give a name title, and let's create input and give a class form-control, like so, and type text, and I just want to give a ID in here. Let's just say title dash value, like so. So now save, we should have input right here. So let's create the content, and we're going to use text area basically. So let's just copy this thing right here, paste down here, and should be for the body. So let's change the label into just say content, content, and type it should be text area right here, text area, and the ID, let's change that to body value. Just remove the type in here. So save, we should see wait, what happened in here? Okay, in text area we should close the tag. So here we go. Pretty awesome. So let's create the button, add post. So let's do in here, you can say button, give a class ptn and ptn dash primary. Okay, and I'm gonna say add post and give a type in here to submit, like so. Okay, save, and now we should have the button. Pretty awesome. So far so good. So now let's create the card in here. So let's go back, and where is this? Right here. We need to create a div with class. Just give a name, post list, and I'm gonna say row again in here, like that. And let's go back to the browser. I'm gonna go to layout. No, not the layout. Component, I think. Let's go to cart, and what I'm gonna use is basically, where is that? This thing right here. So let's just copy that and paste in here. Bam. Okay, so let's just remove the style. We don't need that. And I'm gonna add class in here. Just give a column dash md dash 6, and I'm gonna change the background to like, and just give a margin top into just say 4. Save, and now we should have card in here. See, pretty awesome. What I want to change in here, I think it's fine. So let's try to copy this thing right here and make 2 card. So save, and let's see, we have 2 card in here. So for oh yeah, we need to change that to edit and delete. So let's go back, and let's remove the 1 card and just change that into edit, and this thing right here into delete. All right, so that's fine. I think we're done with the styling. So let's create a JavaScript file. So we can do main.js, and let's go to the HTML right here. Just make sure you connect it with your JavaScript. So let's do /main.js. Okay, so in here, what I like to do is just make sure everything is work. So I want to say alert, just say, hey, save, and now we get a hey right here. Pretty awesome. Just make sure I open my console so I can work with console now. All right, so let's go back and remove this right here. And the first thing what we are going to do is we need to grab the post list class. So let's go back in here and to say const, I want to give a name post list, so that equals to document dot query selector, and just make sure this is class post list. Okay, so we are going to create a variable called URL, set it equals to, and we're going to grab the URL in here, copy that, and paste in here. Okay, so the first method what we are going to use is a get request. So let's make a comment. So I just want to say get, and we are going to basically read the post. Okay, and just give us method to get. Okay, so we can use fetch by fetch and paste in the URL in here, and to return a promise, so we need to handle that. Then we get the response, and if I console.log the response, now we should see the, where is this? See, we are going to see status 200 and everything is okay right here. All right, so we need to grab the JSON. So we need to say res.json, and then in here we get the data. So I just want to say console log data. So now see, we have two object in here. In here maybe you will get the error. It's something like course policy, something like this one. And if you want to fix this problem, what you need to do is basically solve really simple. You need to just install course in your terminal, npm install course, and you need to just require in here and just use that as a middleware. Okay, so now you're ready to go. And now you should have this data. Okay, so what we need to do now is we need to grab the data in here and showing to the browser. So how did we do that? So let's do like that. What we need to do in here is basically just say data.forEach and just say post for every single post, and we need to just console.log the post. Now we should get individual post in the console. See, pretty awesome. So let's go back in here, remove that. Basically we need to create a variable in here. Just say const output, set it equals to empty string, and in here what I want to do is just say output, say plus equals, I'm going to use backtick, and inside in here I just want to copy the card. So let's do in here, I'm going to copy this thing right here, paste in here, just make sure it look like this one. Pretty awesome. So in here we are going to say post list dot inner HTML. We are going to set into output like so. So now if I save, we should see assignment to the constant variable. Oh yeah, we need to use let in here. Save. Now we should have two card. Okay, even I remove this thing right here. Wait, like that. Now we should get a two card because this card is come from the JavaScript right here. Okay, so what I like to do is let's go to the title in here. I'm gonna bring in the post.title because now we can access the title, right? So I can say in here, just say post.title. If I save, now the title should be post 1 updated and post 2 because in the database we have the exactly same title. Right here we got a post 1 updated and post 2. Okay, so let's change the, where is the body? Right here. Remove everything and let's bring in the, wait, where's my, right? Let's do post.body and right here we need to showing the time, just post a dot. I forget that. Where is that? Just console.log post. Basically, we need to access the date, of course. Really, can access that. We can access that in here. So we can do post.date and remove the console. No, remove not comment. Save, and we should see post one updated, the date and the content. See, everything it's worked perfectly. All right. So what I like to do is I want to create a function that return this output right here. So let's do in here. We need to just create a function in here. I just want to say render post. Set it equals to, just say post. Set it equals to should be get parameter, and we are gonna create a arrow function, and I'm going to just copy everything in here, I think, like so, and we can put in here, and the data right here should be the post. Okay, so let's paste in here. Now we can just run the function in here and we send the data. It should be do the same thing. So here we go. If we reload and bam. All right. Another thing what we are going to do is we need to make the post request. So if I typing the title and the content right here, add post, the new post, it should be come down here. The first step what we are going to do is we need to grab the form, the add post form class in here. So let's grab that, and just want to say cons add post, say form, set that equals to document, document dot query selector, and we're going to grab the add post form class. Okay, so let's copy that, and in here what I like to do is make a comment again. We are going to create in here, say insert new post, right? And the method what we are going to use is basically a post method. So let's say add post form variable in here, and I'm going to say add event listener, and we're going to listen for a submit event, and when the form is submitted we need to run this function. For now I just want to say console.log form submitted. Okay, so let's try to save, and if I do something in here and click add form, now we get form submitted, but that's gone. What's happening? To make that not reloaded, we need to just paste in parameter in here to say e dot prevent default, and if I back to in here, say add post, now we get a form submitted and the browser is not reload. Okay, so far so good. Let's remove the console right here, and let's do fetch. We're going to bring in the URL, and then we need to open the object in here. So we need to specify the method what we are going to use is basically the post. Post. And we need to say headers in here. Just make sure this is have content type to application JSON, and we need to say body, say JSON dot stringify. This method, we are going to put object inside in here. So let's say title. Let's give a value in here. The value what we are going to store in the title is basically the value in the input title right here. So how that we can get the value? Okay, so what we need to do is basically we need to grab the ID in the title, which is the title value right here. So let's copy that and back to the main.js. Just comment that for the first time. And up here, we need to say cons. Just give a name title value, set it equals to document dot get element by ID, because we are going to get the ID. And the ID what we are going to get is title value. So like that. And basically we can copy that. And just want to do in down here. Just console.log that. Title value dot value. Just title value for the first time. Okay, so if I add submit, now we get the input right here. Okay, if I want to get the value, I can just simply dot value, and I typing something in here and add post. Now we get RSDS. I don't know, but hey, we get the value. Okay, so let's go back in here. Basically, we get the value in here. So let's copy and just uncomment that. We can bring in the value like that. So another thing is a body. We need to grab the body as well. So let's just copy and paste that. This should be the body, and the ID name, it should be body value. Let's see in the index. I just make sure this is true right here. Okay, so far so good. Of course, we can get the body value in here. Say body value dot value, like so. All right, so down here it should be dot then, and we get a response. I want to get response.json, and we get the data in here, dot then data. And if we get data, I want to run the render post function, which is the function right here. But the data right here, it should be have one single object, it's not array. So what we need to do is we need to change that into array. So let's remove that for the first time. I want to create another variable in here. I just say data array, and set it into empty array. And I'm going to say data array dot push. We are going to send the data inside in here. So now we should have array with object inside in here, just one object, which is the data right here. Okay, so now we can be able to run the render post, and we send the array, which is the data array, like that. So now if I save and let's do in here, just reload that, just make sure everything is updated. So let's do post 3 in here, and let's copy the content. I'm going to paste in here, add post. Now we should have post 3 in here. Pretty awesome. So if you want to see in the database, if you reload that, now we should have 3 data. Bam. See, that's beautiful, guys. Let's do I just want to remove where's the console right here. Okay, The next step what we are going to do is we need to make a delete and batch request. So let's do in here like that. I want to grab the, where is that, the post list right here. Post list, I just want to say, wait, just want to say dot add event listener in here and listen for click event, and let's do function in here. Just want to say console.log hello. Okay, so now save. Every time I click this card should be hello down here. Okay, but we need to grab the delete. All right, we need to grab the delete right here. So what I like to do now is every time I click the delete button, I want to get the ID. So let's go to right here. I want to give an ID. Just say ID into, just say delete dash post. Wait, post, and no, this is the edit. Sorry about that. And this thing right here should be the delete. So ID set that equals to, just say delete post, like so. So now if I save and give a e parameter in here, and I want to console.log e.target.id. Okay, so now save, and every time I click the edit should be showing the edit post right there. Delete should be delete, edit, edit, delete, delete. Okay, so far so good. Now let's remove the console. I just want to show that. So now let's just say e.prevent default. Let's create a variable in here. Just say delete button is pressed. So that equals to e.target.id equals to delete post. Okay, let's copy and paste. It should be the edit button is pressed, e.target.id. It should be where's that, edit post. Okay, so now save. So inside in here I want to make a delete request. So let's make a comment in here, just say delete, and it should be just say remove existing post. Wait. All right, so the method what you are going to use is delete method. So if the delete button presses, which is the delete button, will be true, I want to run something in here. Just want to say console log remove, wait, just say remove post, save, and now every time I click the delete should be a remove post. Okay, pretty awesome. Okay, so let's remove this thing right here. Every time I want to make a delete request, I want to specify the ID. So for example, I'm going to use backtick in here with backtick, and we get the URL. Okay, we need to slash every time the ID in here. Okay, so the ID should be come from the ID right here. So how that we can get the ID in here? So I'm going to show you in here. Just say console.log e.target. If I save, and I'm going to show you in here, if every time I click the delete should be the anchor tag right here. Okay, so I want to grab the parent element, so I can do dot parent element. So save, and now every time I click the delete, I get the parent, just the card body right here, entire card. Okay, so I want to send the ID in here, so I can just say data.id set that equals to should be dollar sign, should be post.id. Okay, and I can access the ID right here by say data set.id. So now save, and every time I click the delete, it should be undefined. Okay, what happening? Let's see in the right here. We cannot access the ID. It have underscore from the ID, so we need to say underscore in here, underscore ID. So let's try to click the delete. See, we get the ID in here, and delete, we get the ID. Okay, so now we get the ID. So the ID we need to put in here. So let's bring in the ID in ID variable. So we can do let ID set that equals to e.target.parent element dataset ID, and bringing the ID into the fetch right here, like so. Now we get .then, and should be the response. We need to JSON and .then. I just want to say in here, say location dot reload. Okay, because we not do anything with the data, right? I just want to, every time it is success, I want to reload the browser. So let's save, and let's go back in here. I want to delete the post one. Okay, so let's delete that. No, let's reload. I want to delete post one. No, nothing happened. Okay, what happened in here? Really, we need to specify the method in here. Sorry about that, guys. I just forget that. So let's do delete, like that. Now save, and let's go back in here. Just make sure to this reload. And if I want to delete the post one, delete post one, it should be gone. Okay, that's work. So another thing I'm going to show you is the patch request. So down here, we need to say if edit button press. So we can do if edit button press. We need to do something in here. Just say console.log for the first time. Just make sure everything is work. Edit post. Save, and now every time I click the edit, should be edit the post. All right, cool. So inside in here, the idea in here is every time I click the edit button, which is the edit right here, it should be automatically, the post 2 should be into the input title right here, and the body content right here, it should be automatically go into the text area in here. So how that we can do that? So let's go back in here. I want to grab the parent element, which is the right here, the card. Okay, so let's create a variable in here. Just say parent, set that equals to e.target.parent element, no prefend, parent element. We know that the parent in here, it should be the body card right here. Okay, and what I like to do is I want to grab the card title in here, the class. So we can do, where's that? We can do in here, just say, just create a variable for the first time. Just say title content. I cannot typing anymore. I can just say parent dot query selector, because we are going to grab the class. Okay, the class what we are going to grab is basically the card title in here. So save, and now bringing in here, just make sure this is class. We need to say dot in here, and if I want to access the content, which is the post title, what I should doing in here is text content. Okay, if I console.log the title content, now we should see the post to, because we click the card, they have title post to. If I click the post tree, edit, should be post tree. See, pretty awesome. So let's copy and paste that. This should be the body content. And I want to grab the, where's the body name? Card text. Okay, so card text. And if I want to console.log the body content, just say body content, save, and now every time I click the post to, for example, we get the post to, the title, and the body right here. So far so good. So the idea now is we need to put the content and the title into the input field. Okay, so that's pretty simple basically. Wait, we need to grab the title value dot value, which is the title value in here. We need to grab the value, which is every time in the input field. We need to set that into title content. Just simple as that. So now every time I click this, see, post to is automatically go into the input field. So we need to do with the body value as well. So say body value should be body content. Save now. Bam, bam. Awesome. Okay. Alright, so now what we are going to do is every time I want to click the add post right here, it should be make where's that? Path request. Okay, so let's do outside the if statement in here. I'm gonna give a comment. So just say update, and it should be update the existing post. Okay, and method what we are going to use is fetch. All right, so let's do fetch. No, basically we need to, every time we click the button, so we need to grab the button in here. So let's do up here, we need to grab the button. Just say btn submit, set that equals to document dot query selector. We need to grab the btn class, and right, where's that? Right here. Okay, btn right here. So let's save, and I want to listen for a click event. So let's do in here button submit dot add event listener and click event, and every time I click the button submit, I want to, for the first time, just say console.log where's that? Post updated. All right, save, and let's see. Edit, and every time I click this, post updated. All right, so in here we need to make a fetch request. So we can do fetch, and should be the URL. We need to say backtick again, and URL. We need to grab the ID as well. So ID like so, and dot then we get the response.json. And before I forget that, we should have specified the method. The method what we are going to use is fetch. Really? Fetch. Why this is fetch? Fetch. Okay, pretty awesome. And just give a headers, and just say content type, application slash JSON. So another thing is body. We need to say JSON.stringify. And inside in here, we are going to grab the title value and put that into the title object right here. So we need to grab the title value dot value like so. Okay, and let's copy and paste. This should be the body, and it should be body value dot value. Okay, so now we should get the response, and then we get the data in here, but I just want to reload that. Okay, so let's do location dot reload. Okay, so now save and just make sure. Okay, let's do, I want to change the post to, for example. Why we have post to 2? Let's remove the 1. Okay, I want to edit the post to right here. Just say post to updated. Okay, so add post. Now we get a post to updated, post to updated. Wait. Okay, what a problem. Okay, the problem in here is basically every time I click the add post, the submit in here should be fire. Okay, that's the problem. That's why every time I click edit post, I want to say updated. It should be do two requests basically. The first is updated, and the second is add new post, which is the right here. Okay, what we need to do is basically just say e.prevent default. So we don't need submit in here. So we can say e.prevent default like so. So let's do again post 1. This is post 1. Add post. Get a post 1. Okay, cool. I want to delete post 3. Alright, and I want to say post 3. And this is post 3. Add. Cool, we got a post 3. Wait, I want to, every time I click the add post, I want to the value in the form right here in the input to empty again. So let's go back and just do, yeah, down here, just say reset the input field to empty. Okay, we can wait. We can just simply grab the title value dot value like so and set it into empty string and the body as well. So now save. Let's try to make a post 4. Say post 4. Say this is post 4. Add post. Now we get a post 4 and the input is empty. Pretty awesome. So let's remove the post 1. Post 1 is gone. I want to edit post 3 and post 3 updated. Now add post 3 updated. Alright, so I think our application is worked perfectly. If you want to see another video something like this one, please give me a support by click the subscribe button. So I'm gonna see you in the next video guys, and bye.